Thank you for joining me. This is Lisa Ann with Lisa Ann Tarot. I was drawn today to do a spread for the summer solstice. Summer solstice is tomorrow, June 21st, this is like, not 19. Oh boy, 2026. If you follow me for a while, I just tell it like it is, right? So even when I flub up, even when things get slowly moving, I just roll with it, okay? My camera isn't the best. I've tried to keep down the brightness, but this is something that's really on my spirit to put out. So bear with the lighting and all of that. Just hopefully this resonates. I will be posting this actual spread on my IG and my Facebook. So if you want to do one for yourself, absolutely go for it. But this is a new spread that came to me today, and Spirit's pushing me to get this out. So here we go. Alright, welcome beautiful souls. Before we begin, let's take one deep breath together and arrive fully in this moment. I call upon the light of the summer solstice, the wisdom of the divine, my highest guides, guardians, and ancestors, who walk in love and truth. May the space be surrounded by peace, clarity, compassion, and protection. May only messages that serve the highest good come forward. May these cards reflect truth with grace, illuminate what is ready to be seen, and offer guidance that empowers rather than instills fear. I ground myself in love. I trust my intuition, and I open my heart to receive with humility and gratitude. May everyone watching take only what resonates for their own journey and leave the rest behind. With the warmth of the sun above, and the steadiness of the earth below, and the wisdom of spirit within, I now begin this summer solstice reading. And so it is. Alright, let's get started. The deck I'm using today is a deck that I created. This is the Tarot. It is available for pre-order. As soon as I get a bunch of pre-orders, I can order them to be printed. So leave a comment or check out my website, lisaanntarot.com. Send me a message if you're interested in pre-ordering the deck. Okay, so the summer solstice. The summer solstice is a time of renewal. It's a time of the halfway point in the year. It's a time of letting go of things that no longer serve us, and to welcome new blessings and new gifts and new things that are ahead of us. So the cards that we're going to draw 6 cards. And these are all about the strengths and the gifts and the things that we're drawing in, and also the things that we're releasing, where we need to focus our attention on the next part of the year, and maybe what's hidden. What are the things that we don't yet know that are aligning for us. So let's go ahead and do the 6 cards. Put it this way. Two. This will be 3. 4. 5. 6. And to current energy in the center. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have Temperance. So it is also coming to me that I am not going to read reversals. So everything will be upright and straightforward. Alright, let's get into it. So the first card that we have, whoops, I am not perfect. Okay, there we go. The first card that we have is going to show us what strength or gift is shining brightest within you right now. This is like supporting energy. This is like what best part of you is shining through at the moment. Okay, and we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is about communication. It's about inspiration, but also being vigilant and alert. So the way that what's your strength that's shining brightest right now is your ability to see the forest through the trees, your alertness, how you are aware of your surroundings and how you show up, right, in those surroundings. No matter what troubled times and, what is heavily on your spirit and what is there to try to tamper your light, you consistently show up. And being able to open yourself up for new energies and, the sheer strength, right? So the picture that we chose for this card is like a military stance, right? So when you think of the military, you think of structure and you think of vigilance and, that awareness. So the strength that's coming forward for you right now is your vigilance. It is paying attention to the things and the people and the energy of everything that's around you, okay? Being able to discern, which is a good word, so our discernment. Knowing when it's time to walk away from things that no longer serve us. Being able to identify those people around us that continually muck up our energy and drain us, right? This is a period of reset. This is a period of it's time to clean house, clean up, move forward, declutter, move that energy, open it up, okay? So that is the strength that's shining brightest at this moment. Card number 2. What area of your life is entering a season of growth and expansion? We have the King of Cups. Yeah, there we go. Woohoo. Okay. The King of Cups is about compassion and control and balance. So, this is about taking control. Cups are about emotions. Cups are about feelings. So, where in your life have you been out of balance when it comes to love, when it comes to, your, feeling of self, your just balance in general? Where have you felt unbalanced in your life? This is the area that's the season that's coming here is about expansion and growth in love, in your balance, within yourself. Self-awareness also comes to mind. So, although, the King of Cups is a king that is very emotionally stable and aware, self-aware of themselves. So, what area of your life is entering a season of growth and expansion? This could be a season of love. This could be a season of finding balance somewhere in your life that allows you to open up another doorway to love. So I do feel that a lot of the collective has gone through a lot of crap surrounding love, surrounding finding love and being love and really opening themselves up to love, right? No matter what your past has brought you in love and what you've endured, you have that greater capacity to love. And there's a card deck that I have where the card that I love the most in it is about being cracked open. And sometimes when we go through heartbreaks and hard times in love and just, have been let down over and over again, sometimes it just kind of increases the capacity that we have to love. It makes us more fiercer, to love more fiercer, to be able to have a greater capacity for compassion and empathy. And sometimes, on the unhealthy side, that leads us to overgive and to overlove and overextend ourselves. So if the King of Cups is bringing growth and expansion in this next season for us, this is about finding the balance within that. We can still love fiercely without losing ourselves. We can still, do things so that we can, open ourselves wider for a more devoted and mature way of loving other people. So take that where that resonates for you in your life. So card number 3 is, what belief or habit or fear should you release into the solstice fire, right? So what are we letting go of? What are we letting go of in order for us to freely move forward and allow this growth and expansion to come in, right? So 2 cards came out. The first one is the 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups is about nostalgia. It's about seeking comfort. It's about holding on to the past, right? We have to continue to move forward from our past. We can't let our past hold us back from moving forward. This is why the rearview mirror is so much smaller than our windshield, right, in our car. Because what's behind us is meant to be behind us. It's only supposed to be a reminder of where we've been and how far we've come. But we have to let go of that. We have to let go of our comfort zone. Staying stuck in a place just because we feel comfortable and not stepping outside of that comfort zone to experience new things also holds us back. So the 6 of Cups here, this is really about letting go of the past and allowing ourselves to move forward. The one thing that I've always said is that, things that have happened to us are in our past, and we have to let go of that. If people, places, things have been removed from our lives, it's for a purpose and for a reason, and they're meant to stay there. If anything was meant for you to bring forward into your future, it would continue to come back. It would continue to be with you. So when things are removed from your life, we're supposed to let it be there. So this is really about letting go of the past. Really cleansing things out that no longer serve us. Old belief systems, things we believe about ourselves, things we've told ourselves because of old conditioning, maybe old abuse, that kind of stuff. Then we have the 2 of Swords. So the 2 of Swords, right, is about being in denial. It's about hiding things that we don't want to face, right, about ourselves. Sometimes the hardest healing that we do is looking in the mirror, and there are things about ourselves that we continue to perpetuate because of our fears, because of our old beliefs about what things should be, and not allowing things to be what they are. So this, it's making difficult choices, right? The Two of Wands is also about like a stalemate. We can't move forward until we release the stuff that's holding us in our past. So what should you release into the fire of the solstice? Self-limiting beliefs, fear, things from the past that keep us stuck. Let go of the grief, let go of the heartbreak. Let go of old conditioning and that old narrative and that old story that you continue to play over and over in your head, because it's all in the past. We're not going to bring anything like that forward. We're not going to bring negativity. We're not going to bring the fear and the heartbreak anymore. So these are the things that we're letting go of. And I apologize if my microphone gets all wonky, but it keeps falling out of my ear. Okay, card number 4. What lesson is Spirit asking me to embody during this next chapter? Okay, so what's the biggest lesson that we're moving forward with in the solstice? And we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about moving forward, okay? It's about accepting the lessons. So things that we've been taught, right? The lessons we have learned up until now. And, my goodness. That's why. I'll hold up. Okay. Can you hear me now? All right. The lessons that we've learned, right? Sometimes the hardest lessons that we learn, and, we know that lessons are cyclical in our spiritual life, and things come around and repeat until we learn a deeper lesson, until we've learned our lesson, and until we kind of take the growth that we experience from learning that lesson to find our way out of it, out of the loop. So being able to move forward. All right, so Spirit wants you to embody accepting the lesson and moving forward. Not being trapped by your past, not being held up because of past fears and, things that just don't align with who you are anymore. Accept the lesson and move forward is really the message of that one. Number 5, we have, where will my time and attention create the greatest abundance? So if you are manifesting, right, abundance in the solstice and in the next chapter of this year or this life, whatever, where do you need to focus your time and your energy? We know that where we focus our energy, that's what grows, right? So where do we need to be focusing our energy that's going to create the greatest abundance for us moving forward? And we have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is about time management. It's about prioritizing. It's about finding balance. Another card of balance, okay? So, in this life and how we survive, multiple jobs, home responsibilities, children, family, these are all the balls, right, that we keep up in the air. Sometimes if we can stop for a moment and put all the balls that we have up in the air on the table and look at them, I bet you most of us forget to throw a ball in the ring for ourselves. So to create more abundance for yourself moving forward, you have to prioritize the time for you. You have to prioritize your downtime, your mental health, your physical health. creating moments of just doing things that bring you joy. For me, working in my yard, working on my garden, working on my house, creating a peaceful, safe space for myself is what brings me the most peace and the most joy. So prioritizing time to do that creates the energy of attraction. Okay, when we're out here and we're in that kind of graspy type energy, right? I have to have more money. I have to be successful. I have to go to work. I have to. I have to have the right relationship. I have to have this person. I have to, and you're grabby in this energy. That creates resistance in the manifestation of abundance. But when you can relax and kind of release and let go, and I'm going to be in my peace, and I'm going to not hold on to an outcome and not create expectations around something, but just being in your flow, right? Just being in your natural energy, and it just radiates that attraction, that magnetism that allows that abundance to come to you. Yeah. So that's the trick, right? In manifesting, that's the trick in attraction. Attracting abundance is not wanting it, not grasping for it, but just allowing it to unfold naturally, to come to you naturally, to flow. You create in that desperation and grasping for straws and grasping for things and trying to make something stick. You create a reverberation that pushes it away. So this is where that what's meant for me will come. This is where that, I don't chase, I attract. Right? All of those funny little affirmations that we say and maybe don't believe all the time. This is where the truth of those affirmations comes in. So this is that Two of Pentacles energy, and where you need to focus your attention and your time. Card number 6. What hidden gift or opportunities does my highest self want me to carry through the summer? We have 2 cards. Okay. So what opportunities, what hidden gift does my highest self want me to carry through the summer? And it's kind of ironic that these 2 cards come out together. So the first card we have is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is about grief and separation and loss and sadness and heartbreak. And then we have the Seven of Cups, which is choices and indecision, daydreaming, fantasy. So what opportunity does the combination of these 2 cards create for us? So what I'm getting here is the opportunity that we're being given, the gift that we're being given is being able to find our flow, right? We're given the lessons of the grief and the heartbreak and the separation that makes us stronger. And this kind of ties back to where I was saying about the capacity to love and the capacity, the strength, right, that we cultivate in our lives through learning lessons, through going through hard times. The things that are meant to break you only make you stronger, right? So looking upon the things in our lives that have brought heartbreak and grief and separation and loss and sadness. And on the other hand, having to make choices and not falling into fantasy, like staying present and staying focused. We can take the lessons that we learn from the bad things and turn it into good things. So this is the turning pain into power. Taking the lessons that we learned and putting them into action. Being able to take action regardless of the fear. Overcoming the heartbreak and the grief and the loss, and finding something better. Because flanking these cards, I have the Strength card, right? Because I said when I drew the card in the middle, this is like our current energy. So this is about bravery and focus and compassion, finding our inner strength and leaning upon ourselves, right? Being brave, being able to move forward without fear, overcoming these things. This is our gift. Realizing our inner strength, right? Knowing that we've been through the hardest things so far in our life, that anything that comes for us at this time could not compare to what we've been through, because when we went through it, we weren't prepared. But now we are, because we've learned the lessons and we're starting to move forward, and we're carrying this new version of ourselves that has been forged in fire, to be able to stand tall and move forward. On the other side, which is the bottom of the deck, the supporting energy of this reading, the supporting energy of this hidden gift and opportunity is Temperance. Okay? Temperance is about healing. It's about divine intervention and emotional balance, another card of balance, and patience. And through our patience and through our healing and through all of the things that we've done, through our spiritual journey, through this journey of life that we've all kind of done, we're learning how strong we are. We're learning about our resilience. We're learning about just how much we've been able to handle so far. See, I don't think that any of us realizes just how strong we are, or just how resilient we are, and just how much we can survive. Because we don't trust ourselves. We're not born to trust ourselves. Well, we learn not to trust ourselves through lessons. We're born with all the strength and the balance and the faith and everything that we need. But through life, it kind of strips us of all of that and changes the way we look at things. So, if you look at the second half of your journey, right, we're now putting those layers back on. We're learning that we are strong, that we are resilient, that we can face any challenge that is brought up to us, because we are built for it. We were put here in this life to survive. Not only survive, to thrive, to win, right? The universe wants to give you everything that you ask for. We are in the process of learning how to accept that, if that all makes sense. So, with that being said, that is my summer solstice reading. I hope that resonates with a lot of you. I am, like I said, I'm going to post the spread on my IG and on my Facebook. And maybe even TikTok. I don't know. There should be a link in the description or in my profile that it will take you to all of my socials, or takes you to my website. Oh my goodness. So follow me on all the socials and check out my website. If you want a personal reading, you could book it there. I have all different readings, all different price points. Check out my services. So now, in closing the reading, let's all take a collective big deep breath. I welcome the light within me. I release what no longer serves my highest path and step into this season with courage, gratitude, and trust. May what is meant for me bloom in perfect timing. Go with grace, go with the light, enjoy the solstice, and hit that subscribe and that like button. I'm fighting my way back onto social media, into my readings, and just drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Thanks for joining me today. Have a great day.